Running is my greatest passion. Whether it's on the track, trails, roads, or cross-country course, running is what I love to do. And my boyfriend Spencer feels exactly the same way. So we decided to move to Boulder, Colorado, a high-altitude training mecca in one of the fastest cities in America. It's time to say goodbye to Seattle, hit the road, and make our way to Boulder in the pursuit of our running dreams. Shortly after my race at the Olympic trials, Spence and I made the call to move to Boulder and signed a lease, but we still enjoyed our last few days in Seattle with some beautiful runs and spending time with our friends. We also had a lot of packing to do because we did not prepare at all. It was definitely a struggle to pack everything up, but we got it done, and we're still having good training in the midst of it all, but we were definitely dreading the 20-hour drive that was coming up, as well as the packing fiasco we were about to take on. The morning of the start of our move, I woke up and got in a nice 90-minute bike ride before we packed up the last of our stuff, said goodbye, and hit the road. We are officially on the road. We are headed to Boulder, Colorado, where we're gonna live now, which is very exciting. We finally got out of the house. We have an absolutely packed bag. Yeah, that packing move out was so exhausting. Really relieved it's over. We're excited. Oh yeah, gonna miss this.
Get a good look.
Yep.
Get a good look.
Take it all in.
I'm taking it in.
It's actually good there's traffic because it's trafficy, it's cloudy, it's gloomy, so I feel justified in leaving, you know? Like, this makes me feel good about our decision.
Yeah.
Whereas if there was no traffic and it was sunny, I'd be like, but now I'm like, yes! About 7 hours into the drive, my car stopped working, so we were stuck in Boise for the night. Anything to say? How's the move going?
Exhausting.
Yeah. Yesterday you were saying it feels like a vacation, though, from your usual work.
A little bit.
On day 2, the goal was to get the car fixed and make it from Boise to Salt Lake City. We took the car to a Nissan dealership to get it fixed up, and then Spence and I were able to go on a beautiful trail run that I used to go on all the time in college. This was wonderful, and it was a pretty hilly run, which is nice since I am entering a trail season. And for this run, as with all of my other runs, I was wearing my COROS heart rate monitor and GPS watch so I could get really accurate data, which is super interesting during runs like this because you can see that my heart rate goes up during the uphills and then drops on the downhills. Overall, it was a great 10-mile run, followed by some hill strides with Georgie, and just a little while after we finished, Nissan called and said my car was ready. There had been some issue with the key, and that's why it hadn't been working, but they fixed it, and we were able to get back on the road and on the way to Salt Lake City. So, Spence, how you feeling with this drive so far?
Well, it's pretty much a runner's nightmare. Moving is not... It's not hard, obviously, but
it's kind of hard.
My suggestion out there to those who are runners who are moving is
you clearly didn't know where that sentence was going.
Don't get upset about the little things and just understand that it's all going to be okay once you're in that final location, but it's definitely a bit of a grind.
In one of my early YouTube videos, I made a montage of me feeding Spencer during a road trip, so I figured I gotta bring it back for nostalgia's sake. Day 2 went really smoothly. There were no troubles with the car once we picked it up from Nissan, and we were able to get to our destination successfully, where I did a nice little 8 p.m. double on the ARC trainer, but Georgie's exhaustion, it really says it all. We made it to Salt Lake City, but we were tired. On the road again. It's the last day. We are finally headed to Boulder. We're leaving Salt Lake.
She's putting on a fake voice right now.
No.
Talk the way you actually feel right now.
I feel like my sanity and my disheveledness has just slowly deteriorated throughout this trip. Both of us are just exhausted. No, it's tough.
And that's coming from someone who's done 0 minutes of driving on this whole drive.
Look, being a passenger is exhausting. I have to feed, you know, and I do the directions. It's a lot of work, okay? Passengers don't get enough credit these days.
Go on strike with the rest of the passengers out here. Start a passengers union.
Yeah, there are a lot of passengers out there that do not feel satisfied in the workplace. So obviously I'm kidding. I'm very grateful to Spence for doing all the driving. He is really just ripped through this drive.
Sitting in a car is sitting in a car, though. It's hard either way.
I couldn't agree more. Oh, you know it's a road trip when we break out the Red Bull.
Gosh, this is for a special occasion. The final 4 hours of the drive, I need this puppy. Let's take our first sip. Oh man, Red Bull is so good, it's incredible.
We're into the final 4 hours of this drive. Very happy from my end. I can't imagine how happy Spencer and his dad feel. His dad has been driving the U-Haul by himself. Spencer's been absolutely grinding this drive. I simply am a passenger. I have the best part of this deal for sure. See the flat irons all night.
You're not even zooming in on that.
Okay, apparently it's over here. Whatever, it's the same mountain range. They all connect.
She just like doesn't get it. She's not a local. Not a local.
Not a loc.
The local legend is over. The King of
Go
Boulder.
past this light, then at the next one, turn right.
The local legend is over. The King of Boulder is back.
You're giddy with excitement. 26, rate your excitement here.
I'd say about a 2. And D7. Why is it raining here?
Let's
we should
go
move back to Seattle. Should have stayed.
Sorry, we're turning the car around. We got 22 minutes to go. It's not worth it. I am happy to state that we did not turn the car around. Instead, we picked up the keys to our new apartment and started to move in. Woo!
That's nice.
After taking some pictures in our new apartment and moving in some of the basics, Spence headed out on a run and I hit the ARC trainer for a little cross-train sesh. And then the next few days were just a blur of unpacking and exploring the area, training, and soaking it all in. I think we're really gonna love it here, but we also loved Seattle, so let's say goodbye to Seattle.